of the Dead Network.
It was great talk.
Always good times. So, all right. Hello and welcome to Pod of the Dead. On today's episode, I am joined by the final girl, Natasha. She's back.
Hello.
And Dustin Breidenball.
Ew.
On today's episode, we are staying in 2001 from last week, and we are watching, we watched Jason X.
Yeah, we did.
In the year 2455, on a routine training mission, a team of students is about to discover a life form frozen in time.
They're on their way back. Prepare for docking and power up the lab.
You brought him on board?
Everything's under control, ma'am.
Facial recognition got a hit. Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
So yeah, we're covering Jason X.
Does it actually say that in the trailer?
No, I just saw them together.
I'm so confused. Okay.
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
Thought for a second we watched different movies again. But...
Oh yeah. No, there is only one Jason X. Thank God, right? So, Jason X, what's your guys' history with this film?
This is the first time I'd ever seen it, and the first time I've seen a Jason movie, so this is where I'm starting.
That is beyond
It's very
acceptable.
bananas.
Like, you've never seen a Friday the 13th of any sort.
Of any sort. When it comes to like the 80s, 70s slashers, I'm very green with that. I've seen like maybe one or two Halloweens. I've seen one, what is it, Nightmare on Elm Street? And
what is it, Nightmare on Elm?
I had to think about it. What's that one movie
Fredward
called?
Krueger, what's his name?
Fredward.
Jesus.
So yeah, this is what I was starting. I was cutting my teeth on Jason with this one.
This is like just middle grade. This is middle grade Jason. There's highs and lows from this.
That's shocking.
How about you,
It's
Dustin?
higher though,
Yes.
Really?
definitely. Yeah, I probably saw this about 15 years ago, so it was definitely a really fun rewatch.
Mhm.
I'm so glad it held up too.
Oh yeah, I was watching this for the first time. So this came out in 2001, right?
Mhm.
This movie's 24 years old, and it feels like it just came out yesterday. It's
Oh
so pristine. The special effects top notch. But yeah, this was the first time I've watched this since high school. So yeah, it was definitely like a trip down memory lane. And this is a tale of two movies, basically. There's a first half of this movie that I'm just kind of like, whatever. And then there's a second half to this movie that fucking slaps all day long. So Jason X is a 2001 American science fiction slasher film directed by James Isaac and written by Todd Farmer. It is the 10th installment in the Friday the 13th franchise. It is also the fourth and final time that Kane Hodder played Jason Voorhees. In this film, Jason is cryogenically frozen for 445 years and awakens on a spaceship in 2455 after being found by a group of students who he kills one by one. So the idea behind this film was Todd Farmer was like, they were just like kicking around ideas, literally just like, what if we put like Jason in the snow? What if we put Jason here? What if we, and they were like, what about Jason in space? Like, what if we made it like Alien? So this movie is supposed to be like Alien, and it comes off a lot more like Stargate on Sci-Fi Channel or something.
Yeah.
They did have the alien scene though, where the hull was punctured.
Yes.
And the woman gets sucked out. Yeah.
Through a grate. Like they even set up the fact that a grate hits it, so you're like, oh, this is gonna be gross, and all you get is like a little bit of ham hanging off of it.
Is this movie supposed to be taken seriously? Like back in 2001, was this supposed to be scary?
No, I don't think Jason's supposed to have been scary since maybe the third one. I think maybe the third one, was possibly the last time it was like really trying to be scary. But yeah, no, this was basically made because Freddy versus Jason was caught in development hell.
Okay.
And at the end, let me see if I can get this straight. If I can get the chronology of fucking Jason Voorhees right. Prior to this was Jason Goes to Hell. At the end of Jason Goes to Hell, you see Freddy Krueger's hand grab Jason's mask, and it's like, ooh, this is where we're going. That movie was supposed to be next, but it was just rewrites and this falling through and this falling through and all this stuff. And they just got sick and tired of sitting around. They're like, let's fucking throw him on a spaceship.
Let's make something.
So canonically, this takes place after Freddy versus Jason in a timeline, but Freddy versus Jason came out after it because they really cared that the timeline made sense. Not that anything else in this movie made sense, but yes, they did care about that.
Yeah, this movie, I very quickly just threw logic out the window. I had so many questions upon like the initial, we're going to cryogenically freeze this murderer. Once that happened, I was done trying to think
where they're
of
just like, we can't kill him. Let's just lock him up in a warehouse,
right,
or whatever. And then the doctor
with one guard.
Yes, with one guard.
One.
And then
just hanging there.
The doctor that comes to like see him so they can take him away or whatever. That's David Cronenberg. That's the director of Videodrome and The Fly.
Really?
What's he doing in this?
The director of this film had done special effects work for him in the past, so it was kind of like a favor. He was just like, oh yeah, I'll be in your movie, whatever. It's just, what's really funny is like David Cronenberg is really picky about the films that he will be in, and he was also in Jason X.
Wow. Okay.
His crowning achievement.
Right.
This so the director of this movie has only directed 4 films. And surprisingly, this was not his last.
No.
Yes. He did more after this. Somebody saw this film and was like, yes, please.
That's my guy.
Get it, James Isaac. So he directed films such as, let me bring it up real quick. So his first movie was House 3. So if you've ever seen House from the 80s, he ended up directing the 3rd installment of it. It's like a really weird, like haunted house, like comedy horror film. It's really weird. It's not bad. This was his second film. So that was in 89. Then he did Jason X in 2001. Then he did a film called Skinwalkers, which has the same rating as this film, a 4.5 on IMDb.
Oh.
And then he ended on a high note with a 4.7 film called Pig Hunt. So
well, at least he's consistent.
What was that, Nicholas?
Pig Hunt.
It's not a pleasing title.
I
really?
cannot hear that word without hearing the C word.
Oh.
Pig Hunt.
Oh,
when John takes his friends to his deceased uncle's remote ranch to hunt wild pigs, it seems like a typical guy's weekend. But as John and his crew trek deeper into the forest, they begin tracking the awful truth and his uncle's demise. And it is like the worst, like CGI looking fucking like boar on top of corpses with arrows hanging out of it. And it's literally from the director of Skinwalkers and Jason X, Pig Hunt.
I'll bite.
Yeah, I'm gonna check
right.
that shit out. Bring over the entire family. Hey, we're watching Pig Hunt. What was that? How dare you say that to your mother? But yeah, so this came out, like I said, 2001. This is the highest budgeted Jason film ever.
That's not surprising. There's a lot of CGI.
Because they did make the remake, which I imagine probably had a little higher budget. So 2001, highest budget. What do you think its budget was?
I'm gonna say it was $2.75 million.
It kind of looks like it.
If it was high, I'm gonna say 10.
You're close. It's estimated between 11 and 14 million dollars.
Damn.
So I'm not 100% sure where the money went because
Into this wonderful film, Nick.
into this piece of cinema. Because like I guess I can wrap my head around the fact that it's 2001 and there's a fuck ton of CGI in this movie, and that probably cost a lot. This movie was it was shot on 35 millimeter, and then they completely digitized it and it's like the first movie that ever came out that was fully digitized. So all that kind of shit probably adds up, because they clearly didn't spend it on their sets, because there's so many times where like they're like, okay, we're going to go through this dark hallway, and there's just like all of these like pipe and draping kind of things, and there's no depth of field or anything, so it literally just feels like they're like in a room, like walking different circles and stuff like that, or there's just like chains hanging off the ceiling. So I feel like they didn't have the budget they wanted, even though when they got this budget, they got 3 times what they asked for. And then they had to cut scenes because they went over budget.
Wow.
Yeah.
It definitely wasn't put into the set design or the writing or the acting. So it had to be 100% with just the graphics.
I will argue that the movie it's ugly to look at. Like the lighting of it like makes it look like a fucking sci-fi original film. The set design also is there. The acting, though, I don't think is bad. I think the acting seems bad because the music is fucking awful. It's always like, na-na-na, like underneath all of it. If it had fucking like, you know, Rammstein and fucking, if it had like a fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake soundtrack on top of it, just a bunch of nu metal, this movie would have worked better. I mean, they did it for Freddy versus Jason, and it works. If they would have done that with this, just Power Man 5000 space nu metal through the whole film, it would have worked.
I agree. Yep.
It would have elevated this film. Just imagine, literally, just imagine him like fucking kicking through doors and shit like that. It's like, burn in a Dracula, like all the time, like Jason just coming through. Like, yeah, fuck yeah, that would have worked so well. Like, you know that supercut exists out there.
But still, that doesn't take away the fact that people just had random arguments that were stemmed from nothing.
Hey, they tied everything up, okay? Let's not even, okay? Not even.
And one-liners like, this sucks on so many levels. Like,
it's a pun because she's getting sucked out of a...
Exactly, but that's where it's like, you can't take this movie seriously because it's just ridiculous.
I would like to point out that New Line Cinema loved the script so much that they gave this film 3 times the budget, which was making it the most expensive, which used to be Jason Takes Manhattan, which came out in 89.
Is that a movie?
Fuck yeah, it is.
Spoiler alert, he's not really in Manhattan that long.
Well, it's also all shot like in Toronto or Quebec or something like that. It's like never in, actually. Yeah, and he also he's in the lake at Crystal Lake and somehow ends up out the Hudson River. He also boxes somebody on top of a roof and punches their head off, and it bounces off a lot of things and ends up in a trash can. It's an amazing film. Maybe you should like get on our level and really enjoy cinema.
I'm clearly missing something here.
You are. A good time. That's what you're missing. But yeah, the original, like Jason Takes Manhattan was $5 million. So yeah, during the production, the budget still wasn't big enough. They had to leave shit out and everything. But yeah, this movie it's good. You know, New Line Cinema had faith in it. It made a profit, not much, which I was actually kind of surprised because there wasn't a lot of good stuff coming out back then, in my opinion. So this movie only made $17 million off of its 11 to 14. So it's considered a failure financially and critically. So, Tasha, you have a stellar review on hand, I believe you said.
Yeah.
About this film.
I got to get back to it because I didn't know I was actually reading it. But the first part of it, he quotes the movie, and that's kind of the synopsis of his review. Roger Ebert gave it half a star, and
not enough,
the first sentence says, "This sucks on so many levels." Dialogue from Jason X. Rare for a movie to so frankly describe itself. And I'm just going to leave it at that.
That's perfect. I don't agree with it, but it is good.
A W's a W, like.
Yeah, game respects game. That's good.
He goes on to say that it sucks on storytelling, character development, suspense, special effects, originality, punctuation, neatness, and aptness of thought. Only the title works.
Originality? It is super original.
It's the same. So. It's the same like storyline as
in space.
Like, but it's campers in space.
They're not campers. They're students.
But it's the same age group. They're doing the same dumb shit. They're just on a
partying
spaceship.
and horned up. Yeah,
I do love the fact though that Jason will not get up until he hears sex.
Yeah. To his credit, though, he usually waits until they're done. I love that about him.
Yeah.
What a guy.
I think that's kind.
Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, we later find out that, like, you want to come over and drink, smoke some weed, have premarital sex. It's so self-aware. Like, that's what's great about this movie. Is it? No, it's not supposed to be taken seriously. This is supposed to just be fun. And, like, Roger Ebert being like, cinema. It's like nobody went into this film going like, this better be amazing. It's like, I'm going to get really fucking high and I'm going to watch Jason, fuck up some shit.
I got the same vibes from this as like a Snakes on a Plane or a Sharknado.
Absolutely.
It's just supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be serious.
And this looks like Sharknado, and Sharknado came out like 20 years later. Like it realistically, all the sci-fi movies feel like they're all made at the same time. There's something about the lighting. It just looks weird. I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's a really good point. I will say, even though as much as I didn't, I guess, like this movie, it was a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, when Azrael gets his arm,
it's called liking it.
I wouldn't. The way that I characterize that is like, I don't think I would watch this again.
Oh, fuck that. I'm gonna watch this on the big screen sometime. I'm thinking about buying the 4K version because I really want to see how bad that CGI looks.
See how bad the extra scenes are that they cut out.
Yeah.
Oh, extra scenes.
God, I can't wait.
Oh, boy.
So you gave us a 0.5 from Roger Ebert. I'm about to give you a 10 out of 10 from IMDb.
Oh, boy.
All right. So this was a review from 2002. So not too long after it came out. This movie was excellent. It had it has got each and every cliche that a sci-fi horror movie should have. I was about to die of laughter when I saw this movie. All you who liked and rolled on the floor laughing when you saw the early Jason movies will absolutely love this one. Haha. Wow. Haha. Wow. I can only say that it's one of the greatest movies I've ever seen.
Wow.
And the crowd goes wild.
Is this a lady? Because I'm gonna marry her.
Oh, okay.
A lady.
Is this a lady? Because she's supposed to be in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh. There it is.
She's supposed to be in Dustin's bedroom because we got the same mindset.
You're like at a Blockbuster video grabbing for Jason X. Your hand touches another person.
What a meet cute, Nick. Oh.
We're gonna write this movie. And then Jason comes falling out like a fucking falling star into the Blockbuster. That's our sequel to Jason X. So
start singing like a Boys to Men song, serenading you guys.
Jason singing it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get it.
It's actually just the sound of gears grinding because now he's more metal than man. All right. I also have a 1 out of 10 from IMDb. This review comes from 2019.
Let's do this.
I feel, before I even read this, I haven't read it yet. I feel that this movie at the time was probably shit on, and in retrospect, more people have liked it over the years because of the camp and the ridiculousness of it. So this person, having watched Jason X 18 years later and not knowing what they were in for, giving it a 1 out of 10. Here we go. From a slasher to a comedy to a sci-fi, is there anything that this franchise hasn't done? Yeah, a horror musical. Do that for the 12th film in the franchise. If you can make it to that point, hey, there are literally 12 of them. So back the fuck up. Bad. After the events of Final Friday, the existence of this garbage isn't justified. Okay, so now they're trying to just figure out if it's even worthy of being made. We get everything 2001-ish, except for that stupid sci-fi mumbo-jumbo with the lab technicians or whatever, dressed up like strippers and looking like cheap sex workers. That makes no sense at all. You can heal a 400-year-old fossil, but not someone who died just now. Maybe the movie explains it, and I might have snoozed at the very moment, but who cares? This movie is already nonsensical. There are some stupid references of the movie being in 2045 or whatever, and has some high-tech weapons made of plastic that, that take out Jason. Oh, yeah, they look like plastic as fuck.
Yeah, they look really terrible.
They're super soakers.
And all the other negatives are exactly those of Part 8. In fact, this is Part 8, but in space. No good characters, no good storyline, no logic. Takes itself too seriously. I don't think it takes itself seriously at all. Hey guys, he just wanted his machete back. Like come on, that's not, and absolutely sucks. This feels like a crossover between Power Rangers and the Doom game with Jason. I'm here for that movie. It feels incredibly dragged. It is also pseudo pornography. Whatever. If someone says she hates sci-fi, she might have watched this movie. None of the characters are interesting. It sucks all the life out of you and makes you die of dehydration. Okay. I am really tired of watching this garbage, and I don't want to whine anymore about this. Conclusion, it was perhaps the worst idea, assuming that there were ideas that were introduced for this movie. I don't know. It's a lame attempt to give a wacky filler while Freddy and Jason was in development hell. Rating, score, 0 out of 10, grade F.
There it is.
So I'm not sure what Jason X did to their family, but we here at Pod of the Dead apologize for Jason X. And I'm sorry that they did that to your dad. So Dustin, you brought something up very interesting that we can do before we really get into this film. You said, so this film is literally just, let's take Alien and make Jason the alien. There it is. And you were like, hey, let's put Jason in different places and see what we would like. So we'll go in a circle, one at a time, and we'll start with you, Dustin. Then Tasha will go, then I'll go, and we'll just keep that circle. And we got 3 each, hopefully, and kick it off.
Okay, Jason goes to Jonestown.
Oh!
He has to kill everyone before they kill themselves.
Nice.
Or couldn't they just kill off Jim Jones and then nobody else has to die?
That's not
Since
how
he kind of murdered
Too
them.
easy?
Too easy.
Too easy.
Yeah, too easy.
All right. See, I was trying to use Jason for good. Apparently not.
You fucked up.
No, that wouldn't make a good movie.
Jesus versus Jason.
Jason solves hunger.
Jason wins the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah, he fixes climate change.
Yeah. He's like Captain Planet.
Captain Machete.
Captain Jason. He's a hero. Okay.
Oh my God, my legs.
All right, the first one I did. I couldn't take it seriously to throw him in something that could actually be killing multiple people. So I just plugged him into different movie names that seemed like they would fit. So the first one I have is Jason Goes West, which is an adaptation of Fievel, purely because I really like the visual of Jason in mask and tiny cowboy hat.
He's gonna look like Psycho Gorman when he's dressed up like Sam Neill from Jurassic Park.
I didn't even think about that. Makes it a million times better.
Fievel Goes West. Was that mice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fievel's a little mouse.
Would Jason be a mouse?
No, Jason would be a mouse-sized Jason.
I like the idea of a mongoloid mouse Jason.
Human-sized mouse, hockey mask, cowboy hat.
Yeah.
He's like an animatronic. That's how I'm picturing him if he's life-size. animatronic mouse.
I'm gonna do mine in like, what do you call that? Down the timeline. So farthest back, and we're gonna work our way up. So mine are all just years. So it's Jason 1200, and it's Jason in the age of samurai. Like, just like causing chaos, like with samurais and shogun warlords and all this stuff, and just Jason, I can just see him getting pelted with all the arrows and still just like snapping necks and cashing checks. That'd be great.
Genghis Khan Jason. Yeah, I could see it too.
Oh, that's a mouthful.
Him coming in like on a fucking horse.
On an elephant.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. So there we go. Jason 1200. Oh yeah, all of mine are like, it's basically Doctor Who, but instead of Doctor Who, it's just Jason in a time machine, just throwing him through the fucking through time and space. So there we go.
Now I want to know what his time machine looks like, because it's clearly not the TARDIS.
It's an outhouse.
I like it.
As it spins, it just throws shit and blood everywhere up into time. All right, Dustin, what you got?
Jason versus Jumanji.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So
I want Robin
playing the
Williams
game?
back and everything. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Was Helen Hunt in that?
No, who was that?
Picturing her.
It was a Helen Hunt like
Yeah.
it was definitely that style, but it wasn't her. She was in Twister and shit, but I don't think she was in Jumanji.
Okay.
So is Jason played by Robin Williams in this film?
I didn't really think it that far ahead.
Or is Robin Williams dealing
I want
with
both.
Jason?
I would like both of them in there, and they're both kind of fighting Jumanji and Jason at the same time.
Oh man.
But I also want to see Jason. Were there dice? I would love to see Jason playing a board game. So.
Just sitting there drinking some tea,
Yeah.
getting attacked by monkeys, the way it ought to be. All right, Tasha, what you got?
Jason Back to the Future
Okay.
is my number 2.
All right.
Where he plays the main character. So he's with Doc Brown, and he's back to the 50s.
So he's on like the hoverboard and the sequels
Yeah.
and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Pumping up the shoes.
Hell yeah.
It's the same movie. You're just superimposing Jason.
Still voiced
So
by
he's-
Michael J. Fox.
That's a great idea. So
Yeah.
he's not a murderer. It's just him in that movie.
He's just killing those scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would kind of play into some of the scenes that are in that movie. Didn't Michael J. Fox almost fuck his own mom in one of those?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jason would love to do that.
It's like a weird, subplot.
Is it the
It's
first
movie.
one where Michael J. Fox's character like plays guitar and everything and like does all that? So we're getting Jason just like shredding on the fucking
Right.
Nice. I can get down on that.
Playing Hang On Sloopy or whatever the hell they're saying.
If not, that's what would be in it.
Yeah. No, it'll just be Rob Zombie songs.
Jesus.
In the 50s.
All right, Nick, what's your number 2?
Mine is Jason 1945. This is
Okay.
Jason in Germany fucking up Nazis.
Oh, he's on the good side?
Yeah, so the American government has been like, there's only one way to stop Hitler. Oh my God, it's Jason Voorhees. They push him out of a plane.
Send in the Voorhees.
Jason v. Hitler.
Yeah, that's the movie I got. I just have this like image of him like going through like blown out Berlin, just cutting guns in half and fucking jamming fucking mortars into people. It'd be great. Just him with like
only
a little
a
army
machete, or is he picking up guns too?
Oh, he's picking up guns, but he's not shooting them. He's just jamming them into people.
Okay, using them as blunt objects.
Yeah, absolutely.
That tracks.
So this one's probably just for me and Nick, but Jason goes to Creepsylvania
Oh, nice. Ghoul.
and hangs out with Ghoul.
Hell
They
yeah.
talk him into putting his sack back on instead of the
Yes.
hockey mask.
Yes, we go back to Friday the 13th Part 2, which is arguably one of my favorites. That and 3 are like my 2 favorites.
Yeah.
I can get down on that. See,
He
you
goes to a town called Creepsylvania, like that's a name.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah,
have
they kind of
questions.
invented their own town and filled it with all this fun lore and disgusting
Alright.
gore and stuff like that. But
Yeah, they're like
he would fit right in there.
yeah, they're a thrash band. They all have Transylvanian accents. They're from California. They wear the like the fucking burlap sacks, a lot of
Okay.
flannel, and just thrash riffs. It's badass.
Gotcha. I see.
Yeah,
There's actually
exactly
a poster
what
of
he wears
Ghoul
in number
right behind you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
My final one is Jurassic Jason.
Oh yeah. Yes, please.
Is it just him in the Tyrannosaurus part?
Yeah.
all?
Yeah, he's in the park, so it's the dinosaurs and him versus the humans.
Oh.
He's just living life amongst the dinosaurs.
I can see that. Just comes up
Mhm.
out of the water. That's because that's how he does. Somebody
He's just
had
like hanging out
sex.
camping.
Like Jeff Goldblum must have had sex with somebody, and then
Oh, yeah.
that wakes Jason up. He rides a pterodactyl in.
Oh, she's eating the Jello, and then he just comes up behind her.
The raptors are hunting him down in the kitchen. He kills the raptors, then kills the kids.
He just walks out the door.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Jason. Oh God.
I like it.
My last one is Jason 1953. 1953 is the first time anybody had gotten to the top of Mount Everest. So I like the idea of Jason hunting these fuckers down up the mountain, and that's why they made it.
Ooh. Little motivation.
Yeah. So yeah, two guys.
So how do they get
frozen.
back down?
Well, Jason freezes to death because he doesn't have the thing.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's how
Oh, yeah.
they win. But two of them make it, but there were like a lot of them, and people think it was because of the elements. That's what big media wants you to believe. But actually, Jason was just fucking killing people on a mountain.
Gotcha. And then global
Does
warming
Jason-
happens, and he defrosts
Yeah.
and
Yep.
Does
continues
Jason
on.
breathe?
In the
He
first
might be
few,
okay.
in the first few, then he dies, is brought back because of lightning. So he's kind of a zombie thing, and then later on, he's obviously dead, and then nanobots turn him into Uber Jason, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Because yeah, he somehow survived the drowning. I don't know if they ever really covered that, did they?
No, well, like there's a lot of people that are like, well, he actually never drowned. He just washed ashore on the other side of the lake, and his mom thought he drowned, and he just lived out in the forest because they had to make sense of it. Like they never thought after the first one was never meant to have like sequels or anything. Jason actually, in the initial shooting of it, Jason's just not even in the movie. They put him in as an afterthought at the very, very, very end,
Yep.
which is a dream sequence of him as a child pulling a girl into the water. But Jason's not in the first movie. It's Pamela.
What?
Oh, geez. Oh no. Tasha's never watched any of them.
Oh, sorry.
The
Dare
movie.
you talk about a movie that's 40 years old?
The movie's
We already
45
told
years
her
old.
about the sack.
It's Pamela. It's Pamela Voorhees the whole time. But
Oh, okay. I have heard that, but I guess I
You
was
watched-
thinking of another
Yeah,
slasher.
you heard
not
that in
one.
Scream.
yeah, Scream ruined it for everybody. So
There it is.
Jason's who it is. You stupid bitches, Pamela Voorhees. There's the mother the whole time.
That's right.
But yeah. So Dustin, you said you've got a fucking shitload list of other movies.
So some of these are probably bad.
Oh no, they've all been good so far.
Yeah,
Lightning round. Go.
Okay, Jason Goes to Twin Peaks.
There we go. Yes, David.
Just-
I just want to see him
Yeah.
write that.
Oh, it'd be amazing. And just to hear the theme song with Jason there.
Just some weird saxophony stuff.
Yeah, Jason Goes to Mar-a-Lago. I got political on that one.
Oh,
Yes.
I like it.
Jason cuts an orange is what I'm hearing.
Yep. Jason versus Anaconda.
No,
I'd really enjoy that if they brought Ice Cube and J-Lo back.
nice.
And then this is pretty on the nose, but Jason Goes to Wet Hot American Summer. I don't know if you've seen that one, but
Yes, the comedy.
it's still a camp, so he would
Yeah.
fit right in, and it'd be even more funny.
See, that would be great.
Michael
honest-
Showalter would be there.
If somebody just got the rights to Jason and made like a Tucker and Dale versus Evil kind of thing, like where they just like it's Jason, but like we're gonna get these comedic actors involved in it, like Danny McBride and shit like that. I think it'd
that'd
be
be
fucking great.
Yeah, I could get behind that.
I'm down for that. So, all right, let's get into this fucking movie. So it starts out it's 2010. I don't remember 2010 looking like this, but that's what they said it was. And they can't deal with Jason, so they tie him up. David Cronenberg comes in and is just like, nope, we're going to do medical research on him. He gets loose, murders everybody. Now, this movie does have some of the greatest kills in the Jason franchise. There are two most notably in this film. I just kind of want to get the greatest one out of the way. So there is a point. We're not doing this in any sort of order. I'm not even going to try. There's a point though where Jason is hunting down the people on the ship, which is called the Grendel, but I'm just going to call it the Grundle. And they're like, oh, we got to make a diversion. So he's like in the virtual reality space, which I don't even understand how that works, because
Thank you.
he's able to see people that are in virtual reality, but he's not hooked up to it. It doesn't matter.
And he went ahead and killed those people in VR instead of the people that are sitting with the headsets on. That's so many questions.
But they bring up Crystal Lake 1980. And we get two girls that are like, oh, hey, how's it going? Do you want to drink, smoke weed, and have premarital sex? We love premarital sex. And then it cuts to the people in the ship and everything, like doing their like early 2000s hacking. We got to open these doors. And it just cuts back to Jason with a fucking sleeping bag with a person in it, smashing another person in a sleeping bag, hits the tree with it. It's amazing. It is literally, it never gets old.
I think
Wyatt
that's his
managed
best
to
kill
watch
ever.
You say
Wyatt watched that part. Yeah.
Nice. It's so good.
I was watching something just like reviews and kind of synopses before we started the recording. And he goes, is that for the movie you watched? And I said, yeah. And he was like, with the Jason Space one? I said, yeah. I didn't realize he saw any of it. And he was like, all I saw was somebody in a bag getting hit with another person in a bag.
God
Yep,
damn right.
that happened.
I wish I was in the writing room during that, because you know that would have been a blast.
Oh, they nailed it too. It's just perfect.
So that's obviously like my favorite kill in the movie.
Of course.
Is it everybody's favorite kill in the movie?
Yeah, it's mine.
Okay. What other kills stick out to you?
He's screwed.
Oh,
that was good. Just because of the one-liner, I think.
The guy falls on the big auger kind of thing. It's the fact that he does like slowly descend upon it spinning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good. Very good.
The frozen face smash. I did love that. That was good.
That's super iconic. That's the other one I was talking about with like the two like really notable kills. They even tested that on Mythbusters to see if it was possible, and they said no, that's not how it works.
Oh man.
Oh, what happened in their experiment? Do you know?
It just caves in the front. It doesn't shatter out like it does in the movie. Yeah, because they tested it with like the timing and everything, and then obviously Mythbusters doing what they did, they just completely froze it forever, and then it would fucking smash. But in the amount of time, no go.
Well, this is 2,400. They could have come up with a much colder liquid by then.
It's 1 degree colder. You didn't count for that.
Mm-hmm.
But,
it's the opposite of a microwave. Yep.
What was everybody's thought of Jason literally just running amok across the ship? And for some reason, anytime he killed someone, it cut away almost every time. And you just saw what was left. And like when he gets to the doctor, right? And he's like, hey guys, he's just here for his machete. And then later you see that he's just ripped to shreds, but you don't get to see any of it. I know, Tasha, you're a big one of like, you don't want to see it. It's better to not see it, but don't you want to kind of see it in this movie?
I'm cool with not seeing it.
Oh, get the fuck
once
out
again.
of here.
And I feel like that's pretty standard for early 2000s, late 90s horror is you don't see all of the maiming.
Yeah.
There was head smashing though.
There was, and that's why you love this movie.
I gotta say, they did show Azrael get his arm completely sliced off by him knocking into Jason, which I found awesome.
Yeah,
that was great.
And and I think they did a good job of like, it wasn't that there was like, oh, and there's nanobots for Jason. Like they literally, like they kind of set it up. Like this guy's arm got cut off specifically so we can introduce nanobots. This happened so we could introduce this thing. You know, it kind of makes sense. I don't know why we had to have magnet nipples on the android lady and they fell off, but I laughed anyway.
Why did
Yeah,
they
there
need
were
to
so many-
tweak that one guy's nipples? It's just fun.
Yeah, that was the weirdest scene because like the whole
Oh,
fucking time, they're not having sex. They're completely clothed.
Yep.
Like he's wearing like a nightie, but he's wearing underwear. She's wearing underwear and everything. She's got like hot dog tongs tweaking his nip. It's just, I don't get it. I'm not
Doesn't
sure.
it seem like kind of simple though? I kind of envy him.
Yeah, like yeah, it's
That's
just
such
like,
a simple desire. That's all he wants out of life.
Just a hot dog nipple tweak, and we're good. I'll
that's
pass
a
you
reason
on
to
that.
wake up in the morning that I don't have. But
Yeah, I do like understand where the person that was shitting all over this movie was talking about like, oh, the girls are dressed up like sex workers and blah blah blah. It's like because there is that one girl that literally the whole front middle of her shirt is gone, and it doesn't make sense. She's a scientist.
But it was the early 2000s, so everyone.
No. This is 2400.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is 2400 in 2001. Therefore, every woman's midriff had to show.
That's true.
For some reason, you have to see belly button.
That's true. And I'm glad that we got boobs. I wish we got dicks in this movie too, but we didn't get dicks because it was 2001. But like
Right.
nowadays, 2025, you get big zombie dicks.
oh yeah,
If
big
anyone's seen
prosthetic
28,
dicks.
yeah, has anyone else seen 28 years later?
Oh no, not yet.
Oh, is that a
yeah.
reason to watch it?
Oh yeah, you get a dick the size of my arm in that movie chasing you.
Oh, that's kind of terrifying. Wait, is the dick attached to anything?
Yeah, nope.
Does it have appendages?
It's just like snapping at someone just cutting through the town.
They got real experimental on this one.
Yeah, people weren't ready
man.
for it. So
Oh, that's a reason to watch it.
So this film's kill count is supposedly 28 people are killed throughout this film. Todd Farmer, the writer, though, confirmed that this movie actually has over 20,000 deaths due to the
Yeah, because of the
Grendel
space
ship.
station.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the Solaris space station, and he breaks it down. This includes 19,727 people, 207 dogs, 17 cats, 4,713 angelfish, guppies, neons, and mollies,
Oh my god.
3 gerbils, 14 rats, a pony, and a Komodo dragon.
Oh,
Pony.
man.
They're
All
bringing
those
ponies in
goldfish.
space.
Jason must pay.
Even when
Yeah,
we
I-
don't see animals die, animals died in this movie.
Goddamn
God
right.
damn it.
Yeah, I was going to ask if that counted towards his body counts because it was sort of an indirect thing.
Correct.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a direct kill. But
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It technically it doesn't. And what's actually kind of funny is Jason doesn't kill anybody after he after he turns into Uber Jason. Everybody that dies, it's all their own fuck ups and shit like that, get like sucked out a hole or
Mhm.
shit like that, like riding Jason into the atmosphere.
that was cute.
It's a shooting star.
I fucking died when the shit blows up and he's like, oh my god, he's coming right for us. He's just flying through space at the ship.
When I
Somehow
knew
the
it was
dude
set-
swoops in and saves him. Oh, it's incredible.
When I realized it was set on a spaceship, I knew that that's how it had to end. I would have been so disappointed if it didn't end with him flying out of an exploding spaceship.
See, and you're telling me you'll never watch this again?
I
Come
won't. It
Come
was
on.
good while it lasted.
I guarantee you, a year from now, you're just gonna get that itch. You're gonna be like, I need some Jason in space.
I'm gonna get that Jason itch.
Oh, God.
Sounds
You
problematic.
might want to go to a doctor.
Yeah.
Do you think you're going to watch the originals?
I feel like I should give the original a try.
I'll give you this. The original one, I don't care for, personally. The first one.
Mhm.
You can start at 2.
Yeah, you
Yeah?
literally can just
Okay.
start it too, because like it opens up just kind of like this is what happened in the first one, and then you get the
Oh.
whole second
Yeah.
film.
Okay. Well,
And
knowing
then,
that, then I'll probably skip the first one and go straight to the second.
yeah,
Since I know the twist.
2, 3, 4, maybe 5.
5 has Corey Feldman.
I think so.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, I would go to 5 then.
Straight to 5. Fast track to Corey
Oh,
Feldman.
no. All the way through to 5. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
I would do them all.
And then if you
Okay.
like stuff like this, then you watch the other ones as well, because they just like Jason Goes to Manhattan
Just
is
sounds
fucking
ridiculous.
awful,
Mhm.
but there's something about it that I love. And it's just like, for a movie that's like an hour and a half long, there's like 5 minutes of good stuff in it. And the rest of it's boring as fuck, but the good stuff is so laughable. Like I said, him coming from a lake, coming out of the Hudson River, no idea how that works, punching someone's head off, you know, fucking all that kind of shit. There's a lot of dumb, good stuff. It's basically just Jason walking around on a boat for a long time.
Okay.
It's not the greatest, but
Why is he on a boat if he can clearly teleport through water?
well, because he
Boat
climbs.
seems wasted.
He
He has
climbs.
to kill people.
Yeah.
Oh, there are people on the boat. Got it.
Yes,
Got it.
yeah.
Got it.
He
Okay.
climbs up the chain of the boat's anchor in the Hudson River, if I remember correctly. And then it's the boat that gets him to shore, but he does show up and yeah.
He got lazy and needed the
'Cause-
boat.
All right, I'm really trying to drag into my brain here. I honestly think that he's chained up at the bottom of Crystal Lake and the fucking boat's anchor catches him. I think that's how it works.
Of course it does.
I can't remember, but it's that kind of logic. Like when
Wow.
when Jason Lives, I think is the name of it, when he comes back from the dead, a dog pisses on his grave and then lightning strikes it and he comes back.
And that's how he.
So this is
Okay.
what we're working with, right? And this is like
Right.
the 10th version of this film
Great.
series.
Mhm.
Great. And there
But-
are 2 more after this one, you said?
That's what they say, yeah.
Awesome.
Well, yeah, because there's
Okay.
Freddy versus Jason, which came out after this. And then they did a Friday the 13th remake, which came out like 2009, 2008, somewhere in there. And it's not horrible. Like, it's of its time, but it's actually, I would rather watch that over the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake and all that shit. Like, it
Wow.
works. Like, the Jason in that movie is really fucking buff and really fucking mean, and it works. I think it's got that guy from Supernatural in it. Not Jensen Ackles, but the
Yep.
other guy, the guy from Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, you're correct.
I don't know.
It's okay. So, Tasha,
Yes.
do you regret watching Jason X?
No.
No?
I don't regret it. Knowing that it's supposed to be silly. Like I said, it was a good time. I don't regret it. I don't regret it like I regretted watching Buffy
Oh, that was
or
rough.
The
was super rough.
Exorcist. Like I laughed out loud. I giggled quite a bit through this. It wasn't like checking my watch, wanting it to be over 20 minutes in.
The like I said, the first half of this movie does drag for me. Like, I don't care until basically when the movie really gets into like Nick loves this movie zone is when the one chick locks the door and they're freaking out like, open the door, and she kamikazes the ship into their ship and dies. From that point forward, it's just amazing because we haven't even talked about this. When KM14, the android, has a standoff with Jason because she got an upload, not an upgrade, an
No.
upload. I gave her an upload. I was like, did you
Yeah.
fuck the robot? Because, like, I mean, we've getting those vibes the whole time. And
Oh, yeah.
we get fast, like, sped up cartwheels and shitty
So
wire foo
ridiculous.
flips and and all that shit blows them all to hell.
That whole point was just to have her in leather and to have like a femme fatale character plopped in there. There's no point to that.
If that scene
She's so
didn't
cocky too.
Oh yeah, if that scene didn't exist, we would have never got the Underworld films.
That's true.
Kate Beckinsale should like pray to the altar that is Jason X.
Isn't it funny that they're like 400 years in the future and they still haven't come up with anything better than shooting a bullet at someone?
Right.
Like
Well,
they
yeah.
didn't have lasers.
Nope.
They were still just shooting projectiles.
Couldn't find him. In this day and age, radar exists. They couldn't fucking find his ass. He's just wherever he is, whenever he needs to be, killing.
Yep.
Okay, everything in this fucking spaceship is close quarters. There's a sniper somewhere. Like, I don't know where he's
Oh, I
sniping
missed
to.
that part.
Yeah, like he's like scoping everything out, and then Jason throws him on the screw.
That's
You know,
right.
He's like,
that's right.
he's got his sniper rifle and
It was
everything. It's like,
Condor.
what are you doing? It's like that wall is 10 feet away from you. Like, I don't know what that scope's gonna do for you, bro.
And Rowan even told them that he can't be killed. So then they're
Oh, yeah.
just trying over and over again with guns.
Oh yeah, and our teacher guy is basically like, you know, the guy was it Hammond from Jurassic Park, he's like, no, we gotta save him, we gotta make my money, all this stuff, and then
he's literally the worst.
Yeah.
It's also funny that they're still worried about the same shit we are now.
Yeah.
In the future, and still haven't figured out how to get away from the whole money thing.
No, I mean, they named the ship the Grundle, for God's sakes. These people haven't learned shit about fuck, man.
The taint of outer space.
Yeah. God damn it.
What, he was just going to be like a P.T. Barnum type person with like a sideshow Jason Voorhees bringing it around?
That's literally what he was like. People would pay big money to see someone that's 400 years old. What the fuck is this? Like, this is the best. This is the best they came up with.
Right.
Oh my God. We should get into like writing movies, because if this gets made, we can't make worse than this.
That's
like
true.
When it comes to like a script, this is barely a script. I still will stand on point though that I think the actors and actresses did exactly what they were told.
I agree with that. It was subpar acting, but the script was garbage.
Yeah, because I don't think anybody
can only do so much.
I don't think anybody's like stilted or anything. Everyone's like overacting or like really weird, and it just kind of it's almost like all of these people like went to Nicolas Cage and was like, hey man, I've never acted before, how do I do this? And he's like, so this is what you do, and then they did it, and that's Jason X.
Yeah.
Anybody got anything else about this film that they would like to dunk on or love?
Not that I could think of, man.
All right.
I think we covered most of it. That was just a damn good time, I think.
I seriously do love this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I love it for the same reason I love Troll 2. If you've ever seen Troll 2. You've never seen Troll 2. Oh my God, guys, we're gonna have to cover Troll 2 sometime. I'm thinking about holding it for the 100th episode, because that's coming up. Troll 2 is a fever dream of a film, and so we might have to cover that. Okay.
Is it like Itchy? Because that was pretty fever dreamish too.
No. This is just bad. There's a documentary made about Troll 2 called Best Worst Movie.
Okay.
Yeah, it's insane. It's a sequel to a movie, but it has nothing to do with the first movie. They literally just named it after another movie. It's like, I think, an Italian director that knew no English and shot it in America with English actors. It's so fucking weird. It's called Troll. It's about goblins.
What?
Can we please watch like a couple good movies before we get to that one?
Oh, I love the misdirection though. It's called Troll and it's about goblins.
None of this makes sense. All right.
This is Troll 2. So
they look like trolls.
They're goblins, though, because they come from the town of Nilbog, which they later find out. They're like, wait, Nilbog backwards means goblin. It's one of those films. So, yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so
you ever see Troll Hunter?
Oh, yeah, that's actually.
Oh, yeah, I love Troll Hunter.
That's right here, too.
Oh, yeah.
You ever seen Troll Hunter, Tasha?
I haven't.
Yeah,
should we cover Troll Hunter next?
I've seen the box trolls. Monster Hunter.
We'll talk about it offline or off camera. But I think we've covered it. Jason X, everybody. You're welcome. It's the feel-good hit of the summer. You know? It does the things. It does all things good. So, for Pod of the Dead, I am Nicholas.
I'm Dustin.
I'm Natasha.
Come back and listen to us. Or else.